What if I told you that everything you desire, money, love, perfect health, total freedom, can be yours without lifting a finger? Sounds like a scam, right? Or maybe it's the truth we were never taught. Neville Goddard wasn't just another self-help guru tossing around vague optimism. He taught something dangerous, something powerful. He said, imagination creates reality. Not maybe, not eventually, but always. Today, I'm going to show you how to manifest your dream life, literally, by doing less, not more. Backed by real stories, with zero fluff. But first, ever tried manifesting and thought, this is BS? Or wondered, if this stuff works, why isn't everyone rich, in love, and sipping coconuts in Bali? Let's talk about that. The truth is, most people are stuck because they've handed over their power to the outside world. We were taught to hustle, grind, and suffer our way to success. But Neville proved something radical. All transformation begins with an intense, burning desire to be transformed. In other words, it starts inside. You're not waiting for a paycheck, a person, or a miracle. You're waiting for yourself. That's the trap. We try to do our way out of stuckness instead of imagining our way into freedom. Now, I know what you're thinking. So what? I just sit on my couch and wish for a Lamborghini. Well, yes, but not exactly like that. Let me explain. Neville's law of assumption states, whatever you assume to be true becomes your reality. Sounds crazy, right? But here's a story that might shake your logic a little. One of Neville's students had an estranged husband. Every night she sat quietly and imagined him calling her. She felt his presence. She heard his voice. I miss you, he'd say, in her imagination. 2 weeks later, out of nowhere, he did call. They reconciled. Coincidence or consciousness? Science is finally catching up. Studies show the brain can't tell the difference between real and vividly imagined experiences. When you feel wealthy, your brain fires as if you are. When you feel in love, your body releases the same chemicals as if you truly are. Your mind doesn't wait for reality, it creates it. That's the secret. Not the wishing, the feeling. Now if you're thinking, cool, but where's my money, universe? Lean in. This next part is the key to manifesting without lifting a finger. Here's how it works. Set a clear intention. Not, I want money, but I am wealthy and feel the peace and freedom it brings. Feel it as already true. Not someday. Now this is the hardest part, but also the most powerful. Let go. You don't need to chase or force it. You're not asking for it. You're becoming it. Neville called this living in the end. Ask yourself, how would I feel if it were already done? Confident, grateful, free? Feel that now. Today, tonight, every day. That's your only job. That's your superpower. And here's the part most people miss. Life doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to who you are. Still skeptical? Let's look at the proof. Neville's lectures are filled with real people, real transformations. There's the man who imagined walking out of prison and received early release. The woman who imagined being married without knowing who and ended up engaged within months. Entrepreneurs who imagined themselves successful and suddenly got that call, that deal, that breakthrough. Still too far-fetched? Google it. Reddit is filled with people from India, the UK, the US, manifesting jobs, healing relationships, clearing debts, transforming their lives. No hustle, no struggle, just a shift in consciousness. It's not just a theory anymore, it's a quiet revolution. And we need it now more than ever. In a world addicted to noise, hustle, stress, you have an edge. You don't need to compete. You need to align. Because every second you feel lack, you're planting more lack. but every second you live as if your dream is already here. You're changing your life from the inside out. This isn't delusion. This is power. Neville said, "Change your conception of yourself, and you will automatically change the world in which you live." So, are you ready? Not to hustle, not to force, but to feel, to imagine, to receive. Tonight, before you sleep, imagine your perfect life. Not with hope, but with certainty. Smile as if it's already yours. Feel the freedom, the love, the ease. And then tomorrow, just watch what begins to shift. If this lit a fire in you, subscribe. Drop a comment. I am the operant power. Let's flood the feed with that energy. Share this with someone who needs a reminder of who they really are. Because the truth is this: you don't have to lift a finger when your imagination is already building your future. Imagination creates reality. You already have everything it takes.